everybody. Whoa, I got dust everywhere again from playing with my wood. God damn it, it's in my beard and everything. Man glitter everywhere. Yeah, anyway, good to see everybody. I hope you're doing really well out there. Hopefully the microphone's working. I'm sure some of you will lie to me and tell me that it's not working. Anyway, so unsurprisingly, and in typical Irish demon fashion, yeah, the computer decided to shit itself once again. And I had a video downloaded that actually my mom told me about, where Chille started screaming at some cops or whatever. And for whatever reason, that has not worked. So I use a particular type of software to do that, and it like loaded 99.9999999% and then decided to just shit itself. However, I do have a backup one. SDSU man says Denver Metro audits and Annapolis audits got convicted. Interesting. I actually had a little bit of a chat with Annapolis audit in a side chat before. He actually is a pretty easy dude to talk to. I just think he's a whiny bitch, and I told him as much. I was like, look, say what you got to say, but why do you have to be such a whiny bitch about it? So apparently my microphone's really low. It seems to be pretty okay on my end. If anybody else is noticing that, do let me know. Good to see you out there, Kimmy Dawn, with the lovely words as always. But I have a backup video anyway. Another one of Chille being a dick. And this one, yeah, I don't know. This software just isn't working for whatever reason. So this one is entitled, it makes me laugh every time, Audit Constitutional Law Scholar Whips LAPD Cop. Yeah, let's see how that goes. So we're going to take a look at that one. In the meantime, I'm going to keep trying to download the other one. I'm going to see what happens there. Before we get into it, Dear McCostello says Irish Demon has the best mac and cheese recipe ever. This is a fact. This is an absolute fact. And we have Emma for £4.99 says, anyone know why Kate from Troll Mafia has not been on for the last 2 weeks? I actually don't know. I did notice that, though, that there hasn't been a live stream over there for quite a while. My understanding is she's got a lot going on at the moment, so I can kind of understand why she wouldn't be live. I didn't do as many lives as I thought I would over the past few weeks, too. I had a fair bit going on. I was quite sick, actually. I had there was kind of a virus going around, and I had it like all of my MILF nodes, as I like to call it, were all inflamed. Then I felt better, and I decided to go making things out of timber again. And usually I tip away with my little bits and pieces, just making cool stuff or whatever. And I got a little bit carried away. So what I like to do, for those of you who don't know, basically on a daily basis, I like to make things out of discarded timber. So somebody, for example, a friend of mine's mom was, she got a new fence around her house, and she was going to just cut up and burn the timber. And I was like, hasty, I'll do something with that. And I made a beautiful planter out of it, which is sitting out there right now with spring onions in it. So it just goes to show, but that's something that I absolutely love to do, is to take old discarded timber, especially pallets, and to make really cool shit out of it. Living in Bradford says, TTU baby, love from Bradford, United Kingdom. Awesome. Good to see you. And Hellfire Hound has become a new member. Can I get a load of Defamation Shamrocks in the side chat to welcome Hellfire Hound as a new member of the Demon Army? And Amber O'Grady getting us started off over there with the Defamation Shamrocks. So anyway, yeah, I got a backup video for you. Let me just load it here. Luckily, I downloaded this to play the other night, and I just got carried away just chatting with you lads. And yeah, it was a lot of fun the other night, actually, just to kind of shoot the shit and not really do anything. It was great. So I was actually over at my mom's house. Mom and Dad put on a beautiful dinner tonight. And my mom was telling me this story, and just by some unbelievable stroke of luck, tomorrow is actually the anniversary of it. So back in 1978, a gentleman in a small town in County Kerry in the west coast of Ireland sadly passed away in tragic circumstances. He fell over in a building site on his way home from the pub. Now, this story, I'm going to actually tell this story in a live stream tomorrow night. So I'm going to actually tell you guys the whole story. It's a little bit of a change from my regular viewing. It won't be for everybody, but it is so Irish that basically there was shamrocks falling out of my mouth when I was listening to the story earlier. So just a general gist of the story, to see if you want to come back and join me tomorrow just for a bit of crack, is essentially this man. He was a well-known character in the town, and he was one of these kind of guys, a bit of a rambler, a bit of an interesting kind of a soul. And he worked out on the bogs, and basically he was in town. He was helping dig a grave, rather ironically. He was helping to dig a grave, and he went to the pub afterwards. It got twisted drunk, and when he was walking home, sadly, he fell over in a building site. He got lost on his way home, fell over in a building site, and sadly passed away. Now, what actually became even sadder about that is because he was a pauper, as we would say here, he had a pauper's burial, which literally they just picked this poor man up out of the mud, stuck him in a just a basic timber box, and laid him to rest. Now, the local people in this little village, and I mean a little village, and I'm going to go there. I'm going to take a spin down there and see if I can talk to some of the people around that area who were involved in this whole scenario. So it's known as, what was his name again? Hold on. Ma'am texted it to me there a minute ago. Hold a minute now and I'll find it here. His name was Con Carey, C-O-N Carey. So it's a story called Con Carey and the 12 Apostles. So anyway, he passed away. They gave him a really miserable burial, and the state kind of took over because he had no family or friends or anything like that. Well, he did have friends, but he had no family to officially take it over. So the state took it over, shoved him in a box, and put him in the ground. They planted him a couple of days later, and that was it. And it was really sad. It was really, really sad. And the locals who knew the man and loved the man said, fuck this. So they went down, they asked the priest for permission to give him a proper burial. And the priest said, look, okay, but they wanted to clean him up and put him in nice clothes and things like that. And they ended up asking the priest if they could, put him in some nice clothes and things like that before being buried. And the police, the Gardaí here in Ireland said no, because there would have been some legal ramifications for that kind of thing. And sadly, the next day he was planted with no great ceremony or anything like that from Brosna. That's the one, a little village in Kerry called Brosna. So they planted the poor man anyway. And the locals said, no, fuck this. They literally dug him up. 12 people, 11 men and a woman dug him up, cleaned him, put him in beautiful clothing, and laid him to rest again in a proper way with all the right honors. And the Gardaí, the local police, were informed of this as it was happening, and the local sergeant lost track of time and didn't turn up on the scene until everybody had mysteriously disappeared. But no, it's a fantastic story of people coming together. A bit morbid, for sure. A little bit morbid, but very, very, very interesting. So I'll be sharing some of the videos and audio from that. It is very, very funny in places. Even though it is a pretty morbid, dark story, it is really, really funny in some ways. And I probably will have to translate some of it for you guys, because they come from West Kerry and they all talk like that now. And like, there was one really funny part where this old man was given a bit of an interview. And like, you or I would say, well, if you met the man, but in West Kerry, they say, well, if you met the man. And so, yeah, I'm sure I'm going to have to translate quite a bit of it for you, but it's going to be a lot of fun, just a bit different, and, you know, something to kind of have a look at. Stephen Alley for $2 says, have you made a leather strap out of timber yet? I have tried. It's called Irish Demon Alchemy. It's not working very well. Not working well at all. Bobby Williams says, I love streams like that, Irish. It makes me feel like I have great friends. You absolutely do. Thank you so much indeed. Pat McCrotch says, from Louisiana with love. My goal is to get to Louisiana this year. I've got a friend down in West Monroe, so I'm planning on heading down there, and I want to go to Nolans and all those kind of places. So I'm really looking forward to that. Actually, I'm going to definitely try to get down there at some point. Let me know what's a good time of the year where it's not like crazy hot, because I believe it gets quite humid down there in Louisiana. But anyway, let's have a look at this video. This is Chille apparently schooling the cops. Let me know what you think.
No, I'm not going anywhere. Hey, get your fucking hand. Don't touch me, brother. Don't put your hands on me, mother. You better back the up. I'm standing right here. I'm not going anywhere. Keep your hands off me. This is a First Amendment protected activity. Put your hands, do what you want.
Look at his big dick skin veins in the side of his head.
But I'm not moving a fucking inch. I'm not moving a fucking inch. Go ahead. Go ahead. This is Rodriguez versus United States 2015, you f***ing dunce. No, I'm standing right here. What are you going to do about it? Do it. Do it. Then do it. Go ahead. Go ahead. And you'll lose your badge in 2 years.
Okay, just real quick. I have to do this, right? So Bob Nodell's Gyroscope says the same strong Kerry accent as the farmer that had his sheep stolen. If I'm not mistaken, and I may well be, I think he was from West Cork. Which is very similar accent-wise, but I'm going to download that video and play it for you guys in a minute. It's really, really funny. Jimmy O'Shea had his sheep stolen, and that's not even the strong Irish accent.
Lots of cops. Your stop is right here. Rodriguez versus United States. Let me help educate you.
Just back up to right there.
I'm not moving. You don't have dominion over me, pig. Get the f away from me. I'm standing here filming. I'm doing my job. Rodriguez versus United States 2015. You are extending a stop to deal with someone who's doing a First Amendment protected activity. Look it up, you dunce. You. You. You.
Copper's got somebody in torture cuffs. He's in the torture cuffs here. This is what the copper car looks like here. Got a bunch of stuff in there. Looks like. So you can see in there. This guy right here. You alright, man?
I have never had a spin on one of those electric scooters.
This is what the copper car looks like here. Got a bunch of stuff in there. Looks like. So you can see in there.
See those scooters? I really want to take a spin on one of those. I'm going to Spain at the end of this month for a few days, and I believe the town I'm going to has a load of these in it. So yeah, I'm definitely taking one of those for a rip.
This guy right here. You alright, man? Sucks.
His legs on backwards.
When you fight City Hall, what can I say? I was being peeped on in the fitting room and accused of stealing.
Okay, buddy. Okay. There's a big difference now between being accused of stealing and people checking you out and being peeped on. With all due respect, and you know, I'm no oil painting myself, but I don't think anybody was peeping on you, bud.
But I think it was a mistake. And everybody's been, you know, the guy was protecting his store. Security was doing the best they could.
Really?
Well, I left my pants in there. I had to get a pair of pants. I'm not in no shape to fight three people or you let it get to all of that over a simple theft. I'm really upset about it, disappointed, but it is what it is. There's nothing I can do. LAPD does not need to deal with this. You do good police work. You got other things to worry about.
Did you steal anything?
I was trying on something.
I didn't thought you were stealing.
No, I was in the dressing room trying on an outfit. I looked at it. I sent a picture of it to my girlfriend, or to my homegirl, and you know, he said he seen the alarm and you know, these accusations. I don't know about the alarm.
I mean, with the greatest respect in the world, this man, in all fairness, does not look like the type of gentleman who'd be shoplifting. How very dare they?
Sometimes the stores forget to put them on. Sometimes I don't know what the case is about that. However, I was so accused of it. All three people who had nothing to do with it came up. They thought I was sleeping. They was, you know, they felt I really was, but they believed their worker.
Yeah.
We got 15 years in, whatever. So we got a little. The guys got upset. Security was doing a job, and I didn't want the manager or owner to know about what took place. The guy was peeking, you know, literally peeking in. Not at me. He's not. I don't think it was that, but he was sketching it. I don't blame him.
Right.
But he overdid it. He could have waited till I walked out, then said, "Hey, thief, stop."
Did you try to run off?
Absolutely. I ran off with my pants in there, yeah, because I didn't want to. I cannot perform 3. I'm injured.
Well, why did you run away if you didn't steal something? You know what I mean? Yeah, Fifth Amendment. Shut the fuck up. That's the best thing this dude can do right now.
I'll do the best I could, but it got a little.
I just wonder how you ended up in the torture cuffs. How'd you get the cuffs put on?
That's a part of. They don't know who they're dealing with. They don't know what I am. They don't know what they got to do that. It's a bad call. They called they're scared weapon. I don't know what God knows what that lady said. They don't know who they're rolling up on. They have no choice. It's automatic.
Why are you going to be violent?
Why would I be violent?
Well, I mean, torture cuffs for people who are going to hurt the cops. The idea is that you're going to attack a cop. So
They know that.
Put you in the torture cuffs so that you can't attack people. If you're not going to attack anybody, are you known around here? People know who you are?
I think so.
Do these coppers know who you are?
No, I don't think so.
They don't. Oh, so you're not. So it's not like they could say that they know where you live or anything like that.
I don't know. They know where I'm from, probably.
They know where you're from.
Since
I mean, would you stay here without being put in torture cuffs? If the cop said you have to stay here, but I don't want to leave you in torture cuffs, so I'll take the cuffs. Would you not run away?
I don't run.
You're not going to run.
Never.
Yeah, how is that going to fucking work, Chille? Seriously, like, you know, a lot of people who end up in cuffs don't deserve to be in cuffs. Like, they've done nothing wrong, or, you know, maybe they're totally cool and, you know, they're not going to ever do anything wrong. But you don't know that, right? So, like, yeah, simply ask the perpetrator if he's going to be violent with you. If he says no, then don't put him in cuffs and trust him entirely. Like, that's ridiculous.
What do you think of that, Copper?
Sorry?
What do you think of that? He says he's not going to run away.
You know what?
I'm just asking. You know what?
I'm just here to assist the officers here. The officers felt they needed to place him in handcuffs. That's
Okay.
the decision they made.
He didn't put the cuffs on, yeah.
Oh, the other cops did?
There's a reason for it, sir.
Well, what's the reason?
The officers had a reason.
I got it, but so you're not an actual copper then? I don't know. I'm asking you, man. How do I know? I just came up here. I'm just a guy with a camera.
Jack Star reckons this is all 100% staged. Whoa, okay, present your case. And while we're on the subject, he also says, the only thing better than revenge sex is getting even more results from never actually doing it. Do it the gutter way, live to make them green with envy another day. That they're definitely all words, I'm pretty sure. Maybe one or two are not. But what, sir, is revenge sex? Please do enlighten us on that one, because that's quite something to me.
Asking questions.
Don't do that to me either.
Don't do that to me either.
Do what?
Come over here. Am I not an officer? I mean,
I don't know if you're an officer. I don't know.
Sir. Look,
I'm not being disrespectful to you, dude. I asked if you're a cop or not.
All
All right, then what's your name and badge number? How about that? That's
I
easy.
just came here to assist other
All right,
officers.
cool.
They're taking care
Why
of
are we having a
business.
confrontation, me and you?
There is
I'm
no
being cool, dude.
confrontation.
You just said don't do me like that.
Okay.
I didn't know you were a cop. You had your
Am I
back.
not an officer?
You had a
I mean,
green patch on your shoulder.
yeah,
I
it's
didn't
still
see
an
your. I didn't
officer.
see your badge.
It
though.
still says police officer on it.
Right, but I don't. You know, I mean, a lot of those guys wear stuff on. What is the green patch about? I didn't know what it was about.
Is it okay to ask?
I work West Traffic Division. So
Okay.
I do all the accidents.
Okay.
And I'm still an officer.
So there's a lot of pride in that. Is that what that is?
Sorry.
It's a lot of pride for you then.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you
sir.
seem like you were offended when I said that you weren't a cop. I didn't know.
Just the fact that, why would you think I'm standing out here with a gentleman that just got placed in handcuffs?
Well, sometimes security guys do that. I didn't know if you were a security officer or you were a police officer. I
Security
thought.
has a security thing on the back that says security. or
Oh, well, that's
something.
security tries all that shit. I didn't let that happen. No.
It says Los Angeles police on his
I'll
arm,
probably
you
have a
think?
panic attack and go straight to mental ward. Because I know that security's not supposed to do that. Cop puts a cuff, like they put it on, they can take it off. It's up to them. But the truth of the fact is, the only reason why I waited here, I wanted to either see a manager or officer to let them know I did not do the wrong thing here.
So you were waiting here and the cops came up?
Well, sitting on
Sitting on the curb?
Yeah, I was.
Good?
Yeah, so they just want to report that with that exposed something from them, so we have to at least verify.
I told them the truth. But my name is
Mr.
Mitchell. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna put you in the back of my car just right now, okay?
Please, sir, don't do that.
I just gotta pause here for a minute. Jackstar, I gotta tell you about this. Some weird shit. So Jackstar says, I'll come up later and explain if you want. I don't want to hijack your stream. People can let me know in the side chat. A 1 for yes, 2 for no if you'd like to have Jackstar on the stream to explain what he means about revenge sex. Then he says, it's really just a petty in-joke that only a few people will get. I have no doubt. But I'll be honest, you folk look like you enjoy that kind of thing. I sincerely doubt it. And then it says, I don't need to remain silent. And if I had, she'd be dead or I'd be in prison for killing her. What? Dude, what are you talking about, man? That's really fucking... That's really strange, man. I suggest you go talk to somebody because I feel like you maybe need some help if that's the kind of thing that you're talking about, bro. That's all I can tell you. It seems like people don't want you on the stream. I tend to agree. I think maybe you need to go get a little bit of help, my friend. I think that's the best thing to do. Yeah, he says Jack Star's trolling, but I've spoken to him. I've seen him in court a few times. Like, he's got quite a history. So, you know, yeah, I don't know, man. Very unusual.
No. You're just detained, okay? But it's only 3 of us.
I'll sit in your style.
No.
I'll make a video.
So this is just an investigation.
I'll go.
Okay, come on.
Do you need more than 3? Is that what he was? Is that what he was thinking? Do you need more than 3 cops for one guy? I got a camera too, so I can film everything in case anything goes bad.
Good for you, bro.
So just because they put you in the cop car doesn't mean you're under arrest. It's the difference between little arrest and big arrest.
See my scar and see what I'm working with.
Oh, I see it, man. They're putting you in the back of a tiny little claustrophobic. It's like a miniature dungeon.
Put my shirt down so you see.
It's horrible. It's just horrible. It's horrible. I mean, like, you guys see where you're putting him, don't you? You see that little space you're putting that human being in? I mind the space, trust me. I mean, you can see it though, right? You see that horrible little space you're putting that human being into? I'm just asking if you guys see it. Because, like, I mean, you said a second ago you have a lot of pride. Like, how do you have pride doing that? That's a fair question. Oh, you rolled your eyes at me. Have you been back there? Have you been back there, bro?
Oh, yeah, I have.
Then let's put you in the torture cuffs and throw your ass back there. Okay? Let's put your ass back there. Let's see how you do.
So I would ask
Let me
that
put
if
you in
you
the
want to
torture
record,
cuffs.
that's fine, but step back.
Hey, why are you raising your hands towards me? I'm just standing here. I'm on a
asking you to
public
step
sidewalk.
back.
There's no crime tape
Just
up.
step back a little bit more.
Well, let me help you. I'm a
Okay.
constitutional law
That
scholar.
way,
That's an unlawful order. That's unlawful order. I'm just telling you. The difference between being a law scholar and just someone with a camera is that that's an unlawful order. See, but I can tell you that. I mean, you guys put him in that tiny little space right there. Do you feel bad at all? Do you have any kind of feelings at all about what you're doing to another person? Are you going to put
People sit in the backseat of cars all the fucking time. Like, not even in a scenario like this. Like,
the air conditioner on or roll the windows down? Have you offered him any water? Have you offered him any water?
it's not a fucking
You offered
Uber,
him any
man.
water?
He said, leave them alone. I'm okay.
Right, because he's institutionalized, dude, and you did it to him. You're the reason why he behaves that way. It's what you did. You have no feelings about putting a guy in a car like that? I mean, you just sleep like a baby at night? I mean, you see where you put the man? Look where you put a human being. In a tiny little crevice space right there, brother. It's a tiny little crevice space for what? He even said he wouldn't run off. I just don't understand. I mean, you said you had pride. Well, how do you have pride in what you're doing right here? How's there pride in that? I'm just curious. How do you sleep at night? Sir, what? Sir, what?
Do what you gotta do, but
I'm
don't ask me
listening.
questions. I'm not gonna answer your questions.
Oh, and is that what people say to you when you start asking where you going, where you been, what time you coming home? Is that what you do? You go, okay, no problem. You just stop asking questions? Or I'm a journalist, I'm supposed to ask questions. You have no feelings about what you do to another person, is what I'm saying. And this guy doesn't either, and this guy doesn't either. You treat people so inhumanely every day.
Sir, you can record, but like
I can record anywhere I want. I don't have to back up anywhere. I'm a constitutional law scholar. You're a dunce cap cop. I'm way more educated than you. You are literally a moron, bro. I teach constitutional law. You're a dunce cap. You're a giant dunce. Want to play games with me legally? Let's do it. Let's do it. See,
Yeah, so
I'll
we
bet you
gotta go
within
across
2
the
years
street,
your
bro.
badge goes. I bet you within 2 years
you need
you
to
have
back
no.
up, sir.
No, I'm not going any. Don't, hey, get your
Sir,
f***ing
you need to
hand.
back up.
Don't touch me, brother.
need to back
Don't
up.
put your hands on me, mother. You better back the up. I'm standing right here. I'm not going anywhere. Keep your hands off me.
Sir.
Rodriguez versus United States,
Sir.
2015. You're extending this, which is unconstitutional. Leave me the alone. This is a First Amendment protected activity. Put your hands, do what you want.
But you need
But
to
I'm
back
not
up.
moving a inch.
Sir.
I'm not moving a inch. Go
Why did
ahead.
he shout that at the camera all dramatic?
Go ahead. This is Rodriguez versus United States, 2015.
That cop wants to absolutely wipe his ass out, man.
You f***ing dunce. No, I'm standing right here. What are you going to do about it? Do it. Do it. Then do it. Go ahead. Go ahead. And you'll lose your badge in 2 years. I sue lots of cops. Your stop is right here. Rodriguez versus United.
Hold on a second. Sorry. First of all, you don't sue lots of cops. Second of all, you've yet to get one fired. You claim you got one fired. You didn't. He got caught with a heap of fucking drugs. Had nothing to do with you.
Let me help educate you.
Just back up to right there.
I'm not moving. You don't have dominion over me, you pig. Get the away from me. I'm standing here filming. I'm doing my job. Rodriguez versus United States 2015. You are extending a stop to deal with someone who's doing a First Amendment protected activity. Sir. Look it up, you dunce. You. 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 Okay. Go ahead. Do it. Go ahead, do it. Rodriguez versus United States 2015. Do I need to call an attorney right now? Do I need to call my attorney? This is a First Amendment protected activity, dunce cap. This is a First Amendment protected activity. You cannot extend a stop because you don't want me filming you. Sorry, buddy. You put the guy in the car
I
already.
said you could film me.
I can film from anywhere I want. I'm 10 feet away from your car. I'm right here, dunce cap. I'm right here. What have I done wrong besides stand here? You're a butthurt pig. I've done nothing wrong but stand here. What have I done wrong? Nothing. I'm standing here. Sir, what? You want me to move my feet? I'm not gonna. The answer's no. The answer's no. It's on camera. It's an unlawful order. It's an unlawful order. He's already detained in the back of the car.
Yes, but I can't work with you yelling me in my face.
You said you were driving away. I'm not driving away. What investigation are you conducting right here with me? I'm standing here. You are, look up 2015 Rodriguez versus United States. You're about to lose your badge. Play games with me, bro. Look me up. DeCastro versus Abrams. Look me up. DeCastro versus Wagner. You want to be next? You'll be in a civil rights lawsuit. You can't tell me to move because you don't like me filming you. I'm on a public sidewalk. You don't have that right over me. You don't have dominion over me, sir. You don't get to tell me where I can stand.
If you would listen.
I'm not interfering with you. I'm standing here. I have every right to stand here. Hey, you guys, pull your camera out in case I'm a constitutional law scholar. I film bad pigs. He tried to tell me to move my feet. I told him I'm not moving. You don't tell me to move my feet. Can
you imagine, right? Irish. Can you imagine him pulling this shit in Ireland? Any Irish people out there? What would happen? No, don't get me wrong. Truth be told, I've seen a lot of shitty cops in my time and my work and everything, especially in Australia. Holy shit, right? In Ireland, there are definitely a few, for sure. But most of the time, they're pretty cool. For the most part, they're all right. But you try to pull this shit in Ireland, especially Northern Ireland, man, he would be bounced off that ground in 10 seconds flat. I'm just telling you straight up. This man needs a slap. Give me 1 sec here. Paul Rumor Fraser, good to see you, my friend, and the very best of luck to you tomorrow. I am so excited for you. Make sure and send me loads of pictures. Says, hello, Playboys. Hit the like button. Butthurt. Don't do me. Dungeon. Torture cuffs. No wonder Kate doesn't like my sense of humor. I just can't help it. Hey, look. Whatever Chille's into is his own fucking business. As long as he doesn't put it up on an OnlyFans, then I'm happy. Amber White says, Demon put on weight since I watched last. Wow. I actually haven't. Well, I don't know about the weight, but definitely the waist size has gone down. The belly's gone down. The titties have gone down a little bit. But I think maybe I am getting a little bit chunkier. Every time I go and spend some time with Chille's mom, she bakes me a cake. So it's inevitable. And Colin says, damn, Demon, I take a few weeks to work on my career and you're close to 50K. Did you grow tits? The opposite, I found out today. I was looking down and I was thinking, ooh, the boys are going down. Wet Fart Itchy Balls says, a grown man should not wear blue shoes. Agreed. The last grown-ass man that could get away with wearing blue shoes was a gentleman by the name of Elvis Aaron Presley. He's the last man that can wear blue shoes. And Paul Rumor Fraser for $5 says, every time I hear Chille, I cannot help to ask myself from where he came out. A butthole, definitely. He was pooped out. 100% pooped out. No question in my mind. Let me just grab the last couple of these. Paul Rumor Fraser for £2 says, in Scotland, we don't have frauders. Oh, can you imagine? the police showing up and him pulling that shit in the middle of Glasgow. Mr. Binklesworth for $5 says, I can't imagine him doing this to most people with Irish last names. Yeah, that's the truth. Like, there's no way he would get his ass handed to him. There's no question about it. Like, he'd get knocked straight out.
Move your car.
I'm gonna seatbelt you in, okay?
What happened? I thought I was interfering. Or is this not the exact 2015 Rodriguez versus United States? I told you I wasn't moving my fucking feet, and they're still right here, and I'm not moving them, pig.
Mind your profanity.
Now drive away. Now drive away.
See what you're doing to me now?
Like, the Gardaí in Dublin do not fuck around. Like, they put up with a lot of shit, so they don't fuck around. But in Northern Ireland, woo! Did you ever see that video of the I'll see if I can find it, but my downloader that I use isn't working. But in Northern Ireland, there was a constitutional law scholar up there, a sovereign citizen that apparently looked like me, and he appeared on Van Balion's channel. And Van Balion actually tagged me in it and said Irish Demon's cousin. He did really look like me, to be fair. Not as handsome, but he did look like me. And yeah, that didn't go well. He was like, sir, please stand out of the car. And he was like, I'm not getting out of the car. I'm a free man on this land. And the cop was like, okay, well, I asked you once. That's enough. Whipped his ass out straight away. No fucking around. No fucking around. Lads and lassies, we only time out on this channel for like direct breaches of terms of service. So if you don't like what somebody's saying, I understand why people might want to time somebody out. Please don't time someone out unless they absolutely break the terms of service. But I'll leave that in your hands. Stephen Alley for $2 says, ever notice he won't do this in a red state? He wouldn't do it in a fucking green state either, I can tell you that much, or he'd be in some state. Paul Morrison for £5 says, hey, I tried inboxing you on Discord, and Chille has got a cheek calling anyone a dunce. He is the epitome, the epitome, as I have once heard him say, of a dunce. Not a dunce cap, because as loads of people point out that, especially Johnny O from the plot hole, that is what goes on top of a dunce. I'll see if I can find your message. I don't use Discord a whole lot, to be honest. But if you could just send me another message on Discord, Paul, I will be able to bring it up that way, my friend. I really appreciate that. That's Paul.
No, they don't give a about you, bro. No, this guy's a pig. What's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number?
Fucking stolen counties.
I can walk over there if I want, piggy. It's called the walk of shame, piggy. Walk of shame.
Everywhere you walk is the walk of shame, you a-hole. Paul Rumor Fraser from $5 says, waking up at 3:30, leaving at 6:10. Today was hectic, finalized everything. I cannot wait to see what you come out with, my friend. I really can't wait. It's going to be fantastic. And Frank Perry for $2 says, check your email for auditors in Belfast. Thank you so much, Frank. I definitely will do that. My downloader doesn't work right now for whatever fucking reason. I don't know why, but I'll endeavor to do my best. And my mom, who I was just with a minute ago. Hold on. Where's the... Oh, shit. Oh, wow. I should have took my whole desk with me there. One sec now. Where's this? My mom's going to be signing one of these to put in that merch box. So I've got almost everything together. I need to just finish the leather work because I really want that to go in. And I need to replace the chocolate, to be fair. My mommy's going to sign one of these for me tomorrow. Actually, she's going to sign a few of these tomorrow. But my mom says the cop should give Chille a belt of a boss of a Hurley, which I'm going to show you in a minute. Imagine him going on like that to a Garda in Ireland. He'd be spitting out his teeth for a week. Imagine him saying it to you. Jesus. That'd be the end of it, basically. Can I get a load of defamation shamrocks from my mom in the side chat? Please, I'd really appreciate that. Now, what I'm going to do is, while I play another little bit of this, I'm going to be back here in a sec. I'm going to go get a Hurley just to show you what he'd be met with in my fair country. I'm going to roll this back a little bit so I have a second to go out and get it.
Walk. You don't have that right over me. You don't have dominion over me, sir. You don't get to tell me where I can stand.
If you would listen,
I'm not interfering with you. I'm standing here. I have every right to stand here. Hey, you guys, pull your camera out in case they're... I'm a constitutional law scholar. I film bad pigs. He tried to tell me to move my feet. I told him I'm not moving. You don't have a... You don't tell me to move my feet. You can move your car.
I'm gonna seatbelt you in, okay?
What happened? I thought I was interfering. Or is this not the exact 2015 Rodriguez versus United States? I told you I wasn't moving my fucking feet, and they're still right here, and I'm not moving them, pig. Now drive away. Now drive away.
See what you're doing to me now?
No, they don't give a about you, bro. No, this guy's a pig. What's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number?
Carter, we're gonna continue our investigation over there.
I can walk over there if I want, Piggy.
Thought you weren't going to move an inch, you arsehole.
It's called the walk of shame, Piggy. Walk of shame. Piggies drove over there. Now let's see what they're gonna do. I think that I'll walk across the street. I think that's what I'll do.
What fucking street did you walk across? That took forever, man. Jesus Murphy. Okay, real quick. For anybody who doesn't know, the national sport of Ireland, as the Bray Bomber has just brought up here, is hurling. So you use one of these. It's called a hurley. Some people call it a hurling stick, wrongly. Other people in our fair country call it a hurl, also wrongly. It's a hurley, right? So this is used in Ireland for the game of hurling and also for home defense, to be fair. And by mammies, when you run out, when the wooden spoon, when you get too big for the wooden spoon, this is what you get. So hurling is one of the oldest sports in the world. It's the fastest field sport in the world, and it is brutal. Like, I'm talking the wallops that you get playing hurling is unbelievable. Kind of like baseball bats in America. It's the baseball bat of Ireland. They sell a lot of hurleys, but strangely enough, not a lot of hurling balls, or as we call them, slithers. So maybe more people are using them for home defense than anything else. And I can tell you this much. You can get some right wallop off of one of these. I mean, like if you get hit by one of these, you'll feel it. It's not like a hockey stick, or even, I'd rather get hit by a baseball bat than one of these, truth be told. It's made out of ash, and we call the sport of hurling the Clash of the Ash. And yeah, you get a right good... It's brutal. It's really, really brutal. All of you Honda Cats people can lick my butt, because there are arch nemesis. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Put it over the bar. Fucking right. That is very true. There is absolutely no pussies that play hurling or Gaelic. Gaelic is Gaelic football. It's like a cross between, I don't know, it's like a cross between soccer and just medieval battle, truth be told. It's quite something. But this, yeah, he'd find out real quick what one of these is. But yeah, it's made out of young ash trees. It's quite a thing. It's been used in Ireland for millennia. One of our oldest stories in Irish mythology is the story of Setanta. I'll tell you real quick. Setanta was the grandson of a king of Ireland, and he was a hurler. So he used to play hurling. He was on his way to the king's house, castle, if you will, for a party, and he was late because he started playing a hurling match, and he was a gifted hurler. And when he got to the castle, he was very late, and they had already released the hounds, or the coo. Coo is the Irish word for a hound. They had already released the hounds to protect the castle. And Setanta was walking along, spots this massive hound, big female Irish wolfhound, and she comes running at him. He picks up his hurley, picks up his sliotar, which the ball that you use in the game of hurling is really, really, really hard. He picks up his hurley and his sliotar. He pucks it, which is when you hit the ball, is called a puck, right down the dog's throat, killing it instantly. And of course, the king found out that his favorite dog had been killed by his grandson. Understanding why, he came out and he said, right, she has a puppy over there. It's your job to train that puppy to be my new guard dog. But until then, you will be my guard dog. And that was his way of learning to be a warrior. And then he was given a new name, which was Cuchulainn. He's one of our most famous mythological heroes. And Cuchulainn just translates as the Hound of Cullen. So he became the Hound of Cullen. So Setanta, very famous. I love Irish mythology. It's a huge, huge part of my life. I grew up learning about it and loving it. So if you guys ever want to hear any more of that kind of stuff, you let me know. I've always wanted to do a channel about Irish myth and legend and things like that. Where I live, I'm so lucky. Like from where I sit right now, 15 feet in that direction is a castle. Like it's literally in our garden here. Like, well, I say garden, it's a farm. So like myself, the guy who owns the farm, and there's another guy that lives in the other cottage. Like we just walk past it every day, like lean tires up against it while we're changing them on cars and stuff like that, you know. So it's just a part of our lives. But I realize how lucky I am to live where I do, and I have the opportunity now this summer to get out there and film all this stuff. It's going to be on my second channel. The Lost Irishman is going to be the second channel. So I've got some really, really cool stuff already set up. So I've actually filmed some stuff already, so I'm kind of waiting until I have a bit more. Very interesting question. Yeah. I'm sorry. Bro Soul says, can you show us some of the fairy circles in Ireland? So fairy forts, as they're known, we would know them as cranogs, which just means young trees. And what they actually were was ancient, not burial sites, ancient strongholds essentially. But all around this area, when I put up my drone, all around here, they're everywhere. They're absolutely everywhere. And I actually have a friend who has a farm where there's a lot of fairy activity, allegedly. Pat is his name. So I'm due to go up there during the summer to spend a couple of nights there actually and go fairy hunting with him. They had a big event there the other day. I have a lot of really cool stuff organized for this new channel. I'm really excited about doing it. And with your support, I'm sure it will go really, really, really well. I'm really excited. Peggy, it is a pleasure to see you here. Thank you so much indeed for joining us tonight. But yeah, we'll get back to some of those stories here in a little while. So let's... so what was the name? So his original name was Setanta, and he was later known as Cuchulainn. Cuchulainn. Cullen, I suppose. There's a few different ways of spelling it. And yeah, so there you go. He was one of our most famous kind of people from that era. He would have been a member of the Fianna, which were the ancient warrior class, basically. So anyway, we have a lot of really, really interesting stories to share with you guys. Definitely join us tomorrow. I'm going to have a great story for you tomorrow. It's going to be fantastic. But if there's ever like, you know, maybe even if it's just like one night, one night a month even, where we just talk about, just show you guys some of the cool stuff about, what would you say, like Irish myth and legend, Irish history. There's some fantastic stuff. Oh, sorry. The second channel is going to be called The Lost Irishman. It does exist already, but it's not going to be that one if you find it. I'm going to kind of work on that over the next few days. I have some great footage from the horse racing last week and stuff like that. It's really, really good fun. So I've been enjoying that a lot. All right, let me just grab a few of these super chats before I continue. Teresa for £2 says, those shoes are embarrassing. I suppose I'm not the only one who was thinking when he flashed down and I could see the shoes. What are those? Yeah, what are those? OG Goblin, great to see you for $10. Sent a link. Gotta get. Oh, yeah, I've seen that video. So there's a video of him getting absolutely roasted by a million subscriber YouTuber. Can you remind me the name of the YouTuber? I can't click on the link, unfortunately, for some reason. Rob Lifton, thank you so much. For $20 says, I was going to send this to Chille for his legal defense fund, but then the drugs wore off. They must have been strong drugs if you were really considering that. Papa Sanzer says, sent you some dollary dues on the PayPal. I will have a look. My phone's been acting up lately. I don't get notifications at all. And like I've checked my notification thing. I need a new phone, basically. My phone is fucked. I've dropped it. Oh God, it's just in a terrible, terrible way. And guys, you won't believe what I did the other day. I bought an iPad when I was in America, and it was one of those, you know, the iPad Pros, the big ones. I got it really, really cheap. So I bought it anyway. I love it. I use it every day. And I was in bed and I was actually, funnily enough, I was actually watching an Irish history documentary. I fell asleep. I feckin' rolled over on top of it and just completely smashed the screen. That smashed it, but like it all cracked basically, so it's fucked. But it still works. Like it's fine for now, but you know, it's silliness. And I broke my laptop as well. I spilled tea on my laptop. Paul Rumor Fraser for £5 says, looks like a skull cracker of Oceania. Look it up. I will definitely look that up. And Paul Rumor Fraser for £2 says, I would go there to some ghost hunting. Oh, hell yeah. That would be so much fun. I'd love that. Mr. Binklesworth for $2 says, do the Irish Myth channel. Do it. I might just have to do that. It's just finding the feckin' time, man. Oh my God. I don't know. I just feel like my days just disappear lately. It's just been so crazy. Giant's Causeway is a cool legend. It absolutely is. I was there last summer. I'm actually going there again this summer. Really excited. I love the Giant's Causeway. I will say, actually, there's a slight correction here. I was supposed to go to the Giant's Causeway this summer. I wasn't very far from it. But you go to the kind of welcome center and you're supposed to pay to get on a bus to go down to the causeway. I was there with a load of friends. We'd ridden the whole way from Cork in the very south of Ireland to the Giant's Causeway in the very north of Ireland, and we had a party. Needless to say, we were in a pretty rough state the following morning, and we went all the way to the visitor center. They told us that the buses were full and that we should perhaps walk down to the Giant's Causeway. We asked how long of a walk it was. They said it was about 15, 20 minutes. We're like, well, it's been nice, lads. Jump back on the Harleys and rode away. So yeah, we didn't actually go to the Giant's Causeway. We went next to the Giant's Causeway because we were too hungover and lazy. Sandy D for $5 says, Demon, I'm upset with you. You took money from our airplane fund to buy that car. How will we ever get the jet now? So I had a deal with the guy who was selling me the jet, the F-22 that we're buying. I still have not come up with a good excuse to buy the F-22. Other than it's awesome. But I had a deal with him. He said, if you put down a deposit on the F-22, I will give you this 1986 Toyota Starlet that's missing parts and there's different color doors and all that kind of stuff. So that was the deal. I only did it so that we could get the F-22 cheaper. So actually I did us all a favor. OG Goblin for $2 says, Charlie the Moist Critical, aka Pegwincy. The word moist, I don't know. It always just, it puts my teeth on edge. Every time I hear the word moist, it's like, bleh. I don't know what it is. Like, even if a friend is like, hey, you should try this this muffin, I'll be like, ooh, sounds good. And then they say, it's really, really moist. I'll be like, you know what? Keep the feckin' muffin. How about that? Amanda Robb for $5.50 Canada dollars says, I've been hiding, raising 2 teenage girls, and I'm a single mom. Great to see you, handsome. Well, thank you. Here's a petty chat from Ontario, Canada. Thank you so much indeed, Amanda. I really do appreciate that. Say hello to the girls. And yeah, I bet that's a lot of feckin' work. No doubt about it. I'd love to go to Canada, actually. I've got a friend down in London, Ontario, that I really want to go visit. I haven't seen them in a long, long time. Anyway, okay, let's continue with this fantastic video. You take that back, dear Costello. Hey, I only paid a small amount of money for that car. Very small for what it is. And I looked at Costello. Go on to Facebook Marketplace, feckin' now, and look up how, just price up some EP70 Starlets. When we were teenagers, they did not cost that much. They were expensive, but they didn't cost that much. Holy shit, they're making some money now, my friend. Unbelievable. That's a very good one. The Brave Bomber says, all people coming on holiday here must visit Kilmainham Jail. Absolutely. I remember going to it when I was a kid. Absolutely amazing. It's where the martyrs from the 1916 Rising were all executed. Stood outside Padraig Pearse's cell. Actually went into Padraig Pearse's cell. Really harrowing stuff. Amazing place to visit. Absolutely.
See, you might want to look it up. It's called Rodriguez versus United States, 2015. Look up the case so that your buddy doesn't lose his badge, because it literally is a Supreme Court ruling that says that you cannot extend a traffic stop to deal with another person, especially when they're involved in a First Amendment protected activity. That's what it says, and I'm willing to go to jail over it.
Legends,
that way I
Simon.
can get
Thank
this
you, my
pig's
friend.
badge taken away from him. What a tyrant pig that guy is. I hope you're nothing like that pig. That's disgusting, bro. I mean, are you going to apologize for his behavior? Are you going to apologize for his behavior?
Sir, this gentleman's asking you to leave.
I don't give a shit what he's asking.
I want you to be allowed.
I don't care. My rights are not up for feelings.
Look, sir, do what you gotta do.
I'm doing what I
My rights are not up for feelings. Good Englishing there, friend.
have to do. I'm doing exactly what
Don't ask me questions.
it's
I'm
my
not
right
gonna
to
ask
do
you.
what I'm doing.
That's fine. Do it. Don't
You
ask me
can't
questions.
make me move my feet because you don't like me. You don't have to answer me.
Let me be. Don't talk to me. Leave me alone.
As long as you'll agree to do that to the next person.
I'm not agreeing on anything. Just
Okay, as long as you'll agree to
record,
as long as you
record.
agree to do that to the next person.
If you want to record,
That's all I'm saying.
record, sir. Just
That's all I'm saying.
Don't bother me, sir. Don't bother me.
That's all I'm saying. You agree to do that to the next person. I know you don't understand principles of liberty, but speech is the first principle of liberty from John Locke, just in case you didn't know.
Hey, we've all been there. The ball dangle. It's a must do.
If you can control me being able to speak, you control my liberty.
I know, sir. Sorry about that. Hey, you only do so much.
You know, sir, you drag him off to a dungeon if you could. What are you talking about? You take people to a rape cage. Who the hell do you are thinking you're acting moral?
Yeah, who the hell do you are? He's so good at Englishing. I wish I could English as goodly as him.
Freaking nasty pigs. Don't let them fool you, bro. They're against you. Trust me. Who put you in the torture cuffs? Was it me or this guy? It was this guy over here who put you in the torture cuffs, not me. I'm here to make sure they don't beat you. Yes. Before this camera phone existed, these filthy pigs arrested me dozens of times.
And he probably did it for some sexy things.
Because I don't shut up and I don't back down just because they think I don't have to move my feet. It's my right to put my feet anywhere public I can stand.
Yeah, but maybe you shouldn't put your feet anywhere public when they're nestled in those disgusting blue shoes.
It's literally my God-given right. It's my God-given right. Not constitutional rights, my God-given right. I just want you to notice I respected your wishes. So the next time someone says stop asking me questions, maybe you'll do the same thing. But this piggy right here is triggered with the camera. He couldn't stand the camera was on him and he freaked out on me and tried to tell me that I couldn't put my feet on a public sidewalk and literally put his hands on me to move me. And I said, not today, pig. You can push other people around.
We
But he's
know
not
you
pushing
just
me
said
around.
it on the fucking
Tried
video.
to physically push me off my mark. Didn't work out for him. If my van gets towed, I'll let you guys know because I parked where I wasn't supposed to park. But they had this guy hemmed up. They had 3 cops around him.
Sorry, Costello, how did you... What auction? There's an auction for timber. There's an auction for timber. Are you kidding me? How did you not tell me about this? I want some of that white oak. I'll give you the $10 right now for the whole lot of it. God damn. You know where I get my timber? There's a creamery up the road. And in fairness now, oh no, I shouldn't say this actually. Never mind. Forget I said anything. Hypothetically, Costello, will you let me know about that? I'd be really interested in that. Hypothetically, there's a guy that I know that works in a yard that uses a lot of pallets. And he said I can come and take all the broken ones anytime, right? And I use them to make really cool, nice stuff, right? And sometimes he accidentally breaks them, the good ones, that aren't going back, to be honest with you. They just sit there till they rot anyway. And sometimes he hypothetically possibly maybe breaks them and I get to take them, which is fucking awesome because I make cool benches for friends. I made 2 epic benches yesterday for my buddy. Anyway.
I'll be damned if I was going to back down, though, after he tried to push me off the way and then came across the street. I'm a journalist. I'm allowed to follow a story.
That's genius. Journalist, my ass. Chapped nuts dance. Why are you concentrating on the dude's balls? It's 3 rounds said for $2. The ball dangle has never been a thing for Chille, because the prerequisite for a ball dangle is having balls. And as he proved to us multiple times from running away like a bitch, he has not got any. Paul Rumor Fraser for $5 says, I'm always the kind to rent haunted rooms in hotels, not for the thrill, but I like to think I can help them to cross over. That's kind of scary, but also kind of cool. I read a thing before where a guy was like, my housemates think that my house is haunted. I've lived here for 279 years and I didn't notice anything. Iceblade 065 for $2 says, Gunner TV, that's the one, is who Chille is trying to sue now. Didn't he say he's not going to sue him now because of all the subs he got out of it or something? I don't know if that's where he got the subs or if they're paid for. To be fair to him, though, because people were saying, you know, that he was buying all of his subs. I don't know whether he bought them all or not. And I'm not so sure about that, really, not entirely anyway, because he did have a video last month that had like almost 400,000 views. So in fairness, he probably did get a lot of subscribers from that. But it's a strange one, how you could have over 100,000 subscribers but still not really break 2,000 or 3,000 views. It's a bit weird to me, but anyway, some old dude for $5. Oh, you bastard! Says moist. Nice, real nice. Paul Rumor Fraser for £10 says, I've watched a video where Chillito had a talk with his dad. Chille, Dad, why do you drink? Dad, I only drink when I'm disappointed in you, Chille. But you drink almost every day, Dad. Bingo. That's brutal. Oh, poor old Chille. Poor Chillito. He's a sad little man, really, isn't he? Cynthia Merritt for $5 says, is he a journalist or a constitutional law scholar? I'm confused. So is he, and so are we. He is neither of those things. He really isn't either of those things. And then we have Observer says, can you include a bench in my merch box? I mean, I can make a really teeny tiny one, maybe. Actually, that actually would be pretty cool, to be honest. I might see if I can find something. I'll see if I can find something. That'd actually be pretty funny to do. As for the merch box, I have almost everything together now. I do need to replace the chocolate because I did eat it, which was silly. But anyway, everything else is pretty much in place. I'm just finishing off a piece of the leather work because I really want to put that in. I think some homemade stuff would be cool. And my mom is going to sign a wooden spoon with some nice messages and things on that as well. I asked her tonight and she said she'd gladly do that. Knight of Northern Ireland for $2 says, TTU Lanav. I really appreciate that. And Paul Morrison for £2 says, how to turn Chille on. I have a moist hole. I'm not reading. Hole. I assume you mean the middle of a donut is what I'm going to say. Because, you know, if it comes into the super chat, I have to read it. So don't hold it against me. Anyway, so the merch boxes. So for anybody who super chatted tonight, you'll be entered into the merch box for this month, not the last one. Reason being, I did not plan it out well at all. It took a while for me to get there. So I still haven't actually gotten all the way with it yet. So I had to go through all the PayPals for the last quite a while, actually, all the super chats, and try to figure out a way to enter everybody in. So what I decided would probably be the best way to do it, I've got the list almost entirely compiled, is to give each individual person a number for each entry and then just do a random number generator. And that way I'll be able to pick somebody that way. I think that's the best way to do it. I will try my best, but don't hold it against me if I fuck it up. I did eat all the snacks. I absolutely did have a massive snack accident. But yeah, I just need to finish that one piece of leather, get my mom to sign that spoon. I was planning on drawing the name of the winner today, but I was way too busy today. I just could not. I wasn't home like most of the day. I only got home like a few hours ago. And actually, that's not true. I was out getting the tires changed on the car. And my mom rang and asked if I wanted to come for dinner. So I was like, of course I do. So I came home, had a quick shower, went there, and I was like, fuck, I got nothing done, like absolutely nothing done. So I'm trying to figure out if people want like, so for last month's box in it so far, just so people know what's in there. So there's a custom hat and it's really nice. It's an embroidered one. So it's like a really nice quality one. It's really fucking warm too. There's a mug, one of these mugs, the Irish Demon mugs. There's 2 pieces of custom made leatherwork from me. There's a wooden spoon signed by my mammy. There's some little Irishy trinkets and stuff that I picked up along the way. There is some of my favorite like Irish food, like candy and stuff like that. Some Barry's Irish tea, which is my favorite thing. I drink it probably 5-6 cups of it a day. It's my favorite drink, actually, hands down. So definitely I put some of that in with a little note on how I like to drink it, and hopefully you'd like it the same way. Oh, that's a good idea, Lisa. I actually, maybe I will autograph it. It feels weird for me to autograph stuff, but yeah, no, that's a great idea. I have some gold Sharpies and stuff there. I might do that. But anyway, I was going to put a t-shirt in it, but then I figured that's probably not the best idea, because what I was thinking of was if I put a t-shirt in it, first and foremost, everybody's a different size. So I probably won't be able to get the right size in there. Also, if I wait for people to tell me their size, it'll take so long to get it and then send it out that it would just get a bit muddled. So I'm trying to get it sent out in the next couple of days before the weekend. Also, I'm going to have my PO box by the end of the week, all going well. I'm just waiting to hear back from them to make sure that I can actually get the right location for it, because if you can't get it from one particular post office, the next best one is miles away, so I'd rather not do that. It's a pain in the ass, basically. But anyway, so yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that. If anybody does want to get in from now, it won't be for last month's one, because I've already started the list of people for that, so it's going to get too confusing. So anybody who super chats today will be entered into this month's one. Anybody who super chats, anybody who sends a PayPal, it's basically every dollar gets you an entry. It's free to enter as well, though, so you don't have to send anything. You can go to any one of my videos, preferably not a live stream, but one of my videos, and share it on social media or an email or whatever. Share it with a friend and just put in the comment section the word shared. If you do that, it's easy for me to find it. And yeah, it'd be really, really cool. And yeah, so you get entered into that for free. It's totally free. It's just a way of thanking people for supporting the channel. Basically, that's all it is. So if anybody's interested, that's how you do that. So yeah, anybody from tonight, it'll be entered into this month's one. So I'm going to try to keep it up in that way, if that makes sense. I hope it does. Lisa Doran for $5 says, I want the box. Doran, that's a lovely Irish name. Paul Rumor Fraser for $5 says, Chille, I'm willing to make a donation to you only if it's to implant lips of a monkfish on you. Literally anything would be better than the lips that he's got right now, or doesn't have, for that matter. Archangel 3 for $2 says, Irish tea, I'm in. I love Barry's tea. I have probably 2 cups of it in the morning before I start my day, before I have coffee. Sandy D for $2 says, put the chocolate wrappers in last month's box. Actually, that would be kind of funny, actually, as it happens. Paul Rumor Fraser for $2 says, I'm a large. So am I. The Bio Explorer for $10 says, here in the southern US, the Irish immigrants used carved wood shallow bowls for making biscuits. Bread. Have you made those? I wanted my great grands, but didn't get it. I used to make a load of, I used to carve a lot of wood stuff. I did a live stream one time where I just sat there chatting, carving wood. I think Heat Shield was there, if I remember correctly. Heat Shield, if you send me your details in an email, irishdemons@gmail.com, I have a load of them still in my storage room. I'll gladly send you some. Absolutely. You just send me a message. I'll sort that out. I'll send you one over. JD Horror for $220 Canada dollars says, would you do a custom flogger? Asking for a friend. Is that a butt paddle kind of thing? Something like this? that kind of shape. That's not what that was, by the way. This was supposed to be a slapjack, but I made it a little bit too small. So instead I started making a key ring for a friend. It's a character called Tubby Nugget. There's a good slap off it. There's a good old slap off that. But if it's something like that and bigger, yeah, hit me up. I do custom leather work for people all the time. It takes up a lot of my time, but it's well worth it. JD Horror says, hit me up if you're ever in London, Ontario. I do actually intend to go there. I've got a really good friend there that I'd love to go see. So absolutely, I'll be there at some point. Maybe not in the next couple of months, but we'll definitely see how we go. Anyway, let's watch the rest of this video.
I'm looking for my car to be towed away right now. That's what I'm looking for, to see if my car gets towed away. I'm looking over there where I parked. I just saw this guy in torture cuffs, and he's losing his mind because he's already 22 minutes long. How you doing? I'm real nice if you guys don't get me on lawful orders. I'm a real nice guy. If you start getting me on lawful orders, I get mad. I really hope my car doesn't get towed.
What will do, Amanda?
See, he has no expectation of privacy in public. I can literally stand anywhere that there's no police tape. I mean, he's so stupid. Like, what a stupid cop. Like, I mean, hey, copper, you understand you can't give unlawful orders, right? You don't have dominion over me. You don't get to tell me where I can stand. You understand that, right, copper? Just making sure you're educated. Yeah. Rodriguez versus United States, 2015. Take a look at that. Your boy would have lost his badge. I'm just saying.
All right. Yeah, I know you're just saying, but nobody was just listening, were they? Anyway, let me grab a few of these super chats before I get out of here for the night. I have to get up super early. I need to drive all the way to the other end of the country tomorrow to pick up a few parts for my car, because get this, right? So you guys remember I had an unfortunate incident in the car a couple of months ago where, in fairness, somebody hit me. All right, I didn't hit into anybody. I've only just gotten the wheel sorted, right? Ah, fucking hell. Just the thought of it now. The thought of it now. I was in this incident with the car and one of the wheels got a bit fucked up, right? So I thought. Turns out it wasn't the wheel at all. It was some of the stuff that connects to the wheel. Absolute fucking horror show. Needed new tires, so I went away, bought a secondhand set of BMW M Sport tires. They did fit, but they were a couple of inches too small, so they looked a bit ridiculous on the car. But they did the job for a while. Came out the other morning to go to my friend's house, tire flat. So I thought, okay, it's probably just a slow leak. No big deal. Took it out to the petrol station in the boot of the car. It turns out there's a big asshole, big rip in the tire. So then my other friend rang me. He was like, hey, I've got 2 tires for your wheels, brand new tires. $180 I paid for them today. So I got my 4 good tires back on. And then I needed to get a bumper and a front wing for the car, right? From where the impact was. Rang one of the only BMW wreckers yards around here, and he wanted €370 for a bog standard bumper and wing that weren't even the right color. So I was like, fuck that. Now, fair enough, it's only 20 minutes from where I live, so it's a bit easier. But then I just randomly found this guy today who had the exact same bumper and wing for €100. So I'm going up to get that tomorrow. And yeah, it's a bit of a spin. It's like a 3.5 hour ride each way, but it's well worth it. So I'll have a bit of a road trip. Maybe get some nice videos and stuff on the way to share with you guys. Sandra Atkinson for $5 says, are you including your picture in the box? So I had an idea for that. I'm going to see if I have the time, because it's just, I'm so busy at the moment with stuff outside of YouTube things. I have an idea for a picture that I really want to do, so I'm going to try and make it happen. But it'll definitely, for this month's one, it will definitely be in it. If I can get somebody, if anybody's good at Photoshop, might be able to help me out with that. That'd be really cool. Frederick Van Dinkerberg for $5 says, I can take a wardrobe and make some pallets out of it and send it to you. Make me a spoon out of that. Oh, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. That's from Father Ted. If anybody doesn't know, we should do a Father Ted watch night sometime. Now, this is a great tip. The Brave Bomber. Actually, I am a massive horse racing fan. I absolutely love steeplechasing in Ireland. Let me see here now. Who's the runners and riders for the Irish Grand National? I would give anything to be there, but I can't be, unfortunately. Let me see. I'm just trying to find who the runners and riders are. Give me 1 sec here now. Now, depending on what country you're in, I don't know if you can bet or not. But I do every now and again. I actually went to the horse races last week in a field just up the road from where I live, and it was fantastic. Really, really great night. Let me see if I can find it. Who's Rachel Blackmore riding? There's a horse local to where I live here called Monty's Pass, won the Aintree Grand National not so long ago. Quite a few years ago now, but just trying to see if I can find. I can't find it here, but anyway, Rachel Blackmore. She's a fantastic jockey, well worth checking out for the Irish National. Now, any betting on a national is a bit tough because a lot of people fall and stuff like that. Point to point is great. Yeah, I love point to point racing. It's my favorite, really, because you get right in the middle of the action. It's really, really, really good fun. And then we have Paul Rumor Fraser for £5 says, Ho Demon, have you seen the dancing cop from when is she teasing the dumbest frauditors ever? I have not. Could you please send me a link to that? Bollocks, I can't download it though. That's the only problem. And real quick, Adrian, I won't say your last name. Thanks so much for the PayPal super duper chat for $15. I really appreciate that, my friend. Thank you so much indeed. That helps an awful. Oh, son of a! I dropped my phone there anyway. Let me see here now. Election night here in Prince Edward Island, Canada. Oh, full-time score. That's so. Who's she riding for then? Can't remember who has that horse. Let me have a look here now. I do love horse racing though. I like horse riding too, but I'm just not that good. I grew up around horses and I love horses. My younger brother was a professional racing jockey. Like he was he was a champion jockey, actually, my younger brother. But he retired once he had a kid because, a lot of jockeys do get injured. It's a very, very tough lifestyle, actually, professional horse racing. Good to see Ironton Auditor in the feckin' house. Really good to see you, buddy. Let me see here now. Let me see. Furio DeChante says liar. Okay, cool story, bro, I guess. Let me see here now. Full-time score. It's out of I thought it was Henry de Bramed. Oh, Mary Mangan. No shit. Mary Mangan. I was literally talking to her a couple of days ago. The breeder, Mary Mangan, they live literally 10 minutes from where I live. Really, really. And her husband is a man by the name of Jimmy Mangan. He's the guy who actually trained the winner of Monty's Pass, who won the Aintree Grand National. And their daughter is Jane. If you do watch a lot of horse racing in Ireland and the UK, you'll see her on there all the time. She's a gifted jockey herself and fantastic on TV as well. She does a lot of the talking and things like that. And their son Patrick is also a gifted jockey and a very, very good trainer in his own right. But yeah, Mary Mangan is local to me. I worked for her years ago up in that particular horse yard. You say Adrian like Rocky. Adrian. I guess I kind of do. I haven't seen Rocky in a long time, man. Now Not one of my favorite movies, but not bad. Not bad. But you own a small horse farm. That is wicked. I always wanted it. One of my life's ambitions is to breed miniature horses. I love them. Not ponies, mind you, like miniature horses. But anyway, lads and lassies, it was an absolute pleasure to have you join me here tonight. I had a lot of fun. This was really great. And I can't wait to catch up with you guys. Oh, hold on. My downloader might be working. If it is, I'm going to show you this Irish farmer's strong accent. No, it's not working. Bollocks. Okay. I have to reset my computer again. I'm sick of it. Samuel, great to see you. Thank you so much indeed for joining us. And Susan says, take lots of vids on your trip and share, please. I absolutely will. And as I say, I'm going to Spain for a week at the end of the month, just for a little bit of a vacation, just to kind of decompress a little bit. I really hurt my shoulders and my neck yesterday. Oh, I was doing woodwork for like the last 3 days straight, and my body hurts so bad. I might, after I get back from that long spin tomorrow, probably going to go get a proper, like, what do they call it? Remedial massage? I don't know what that means. I thought remedial was a type of school that people get sent to. Anyway, lads and lassies, thank you so much for joining me. It's, as I said, an absolute pleasure to have you here with me. And we will catch you guys hopefully tomorrow night. I can't wait to tell you that story about that man who was late to rest and dug up and late to rest again. It's going to be really, really interesting. Rachel Blackmore on Ain't That a Shame? Oh, okay, Ain't That a Shame at 20-1. Fantastic. And Paul Rumor Fraser says, on Frauded Zone, I will definitely check that out. Lisa Doran says, you need a hot tub and a massage. That sounds delightful, actually. My tub has a big old hole in the bottom of it. I have a brand new tub right outside the front door. I just haven't had a chance to install it yet. So I think what you meant, Mr. Costello, is a tub and a rug. But that's what I'm going to say anyway. But anyway, lads and lassies, thank you so much indeed for joining me. We will catch you tomorrow. Have a fucking good one, and Sláinte. Thank you so much indeed. Good night.